Welcome to my new home. How are you doing? How's your soul doing today? What sort of magic are you creating in your life at this time? And what is calling to you? So, the expression is when one door closes, another opens. And for me, a new door has opened in Guelph, Ontario. And I'm in my new space, and I'm going to be living with my youngest son so that he can finish his final year at university. So I am incredibly blessed to be able to spend this time with him. This is me in the morning. I have not brushed my teeth. I have not, combed my hair. I did put in my contacts though, I must admit. This is my disheveled look in the morning. And you can see that I am surrounded in boxes. And so I needed to match my surroundings, disheveled in the disheveledness, so to speak. And so I want to admit a quirk in me. I have visited many artist studios over the years, and it's amazing because we all work so differently. You go into a corporate office space, and they usually have very similar cubicles, very similar layouts and design, and there's not a lot of variety between cubicles, but between artists, there is a huge variety in our studio spaces, where we work, how we work, all sorts of different things. So I have this thing about control over my environment. And it's probably a bit of an OCD problem that I'm willing to admit. I like to have things in their place. I have found that when my environment is like this, I don't know what's in these boxes, where things are. I am convinced that I have somehow lost many things. I just have not found them yet in my unpacking. So this is me not in balance. And for me, I know that when my environment is controlled, so for me, that is everything has a place. And then when that part of me is controlled, then my imagination is like a kite on a string. And when that kite is held by this controlled environment, then my kite can wander and soar, but it's anchored into something. And when my environment is not controlled, where I don't know where things are, then there's nothing to tether this string to. And my kite just flutters and is lost in the clouds, and I have nothing to anchor me to. So again, I had this wonderful conversation with a friend the other day, and we were talking. I was saying that there's many challenges ahead for me, and she was saying, well, challenges are good, which they are, and I so agree with her. And she said, maybe change the wording. And it's funny because she makes fun of me because sometimes I say words suck. And I think what I find about words sometimes is they're too limiting. And that's why I find that words suck. But maybe I'm just not finding the right words. That could be too. Maybe I suck. So she said, change the wording. And so I said, yeah, it's more like adventures. there's many, many adventures awaiting me in this space, in Guelph, in the next year. I'm totally, totally convinced of that. Yeah, so adventures, cool. I want to share with you another poem from Mary Oliver. I know where this book is because I found this book. And I've been a little weepy this morning, and I don't know why. I think it has to do with memories of this poem for me. You know, there's lots of poems that I don't resonate with Mary, but there are some that just resonate so deeply within me. The poem I'm going to read to you today, it resonates with me, but not as much as some of her other ones. But I guess for me, this is about memories. And I was first introduced to this poem in a circle that I belonged to. And I no longer belong to that circle. And so when I look at this poem or hear this poem, this is one of her most famous poems, I would say. It reminds me of those dear souls that I was connected to in that circle. So please allow me to read to you Wild Geese by Mary Oliver. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert, repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. I want to introduce you to Kuai Yin. Kuai Yin, she's very important to me. She represents compassion, and I really feel that we need compassion for ourselves and for others, especially at this time. And I hope to know more about Kuai Yin. But she is always, or I shouldn't say always, actually. She's depicted in many variations, but she is quite often depicted on a white lotus flower. And I've always loved, no mud, no lotus, that expression. And and this is about me trying to find compassion when I am feeling imbalanced. That I don't have this balance in my life right now of this tetheredness, this anchor that I can soar my kite on. And And I'm okay for that for now, of course, because eventually it will change. I will find the place for these things, and then it will be the right place, and then I will be able to soar. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be filled with peace and be at ease. Until the next time.